everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sam of Sewing Sam. This is my YouTube channel all about cross stitch, so we call it FlossTube. So this is my FlossTube channel. Thank you for dropping by. If you're new here, hi, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber or a returning viewer, thank you. I really appreciate stopping by. Sorry, my brain has been a while, as I swear I say on a lot of my videos. Although this time it's not been as bad as it has been before, our level. But yes, I can't remember, I meant to look before to see when the last time was I did a video. I think it was September, October, I think last year. And since then, I don't know what happened to 2023. I swear it just flew by. I seem to have picked up this cold thing that everyone seems to have had last year and still ongoing, where you have a cold, it knocks you out for a couple of days, you can then get better, but you can't quite get rid of it. And then you sort of do better, then you take a nosedive again and you catch it again, or it comes back again. So I don't quite know what that whole shebang was, but yes, so that was autumn. And then obviously you get the lead up to Christmas. Christmas gets very busy. We had a wedding to go to during the first week of Advent. And then Christmas parties, my husband got COVID, gave that to me, and then it was Christmas. So, and now we're sort of hurtling towards the end of January, I see. And yes, I wanted to jump on at the start of January, but that didn't really happen because of work. I suppose it's always my excuse as well, work. But yes, I've made it. So I'm going to say Happy New Year, because as we decided in the office this week when we were trying to work out if we could say Happy New Year to people, we came to the conclusion that if you haven't seen someone yet for that year, you can say it, even if it's in July. But we're doing well, it's the 21st of January, so we're not quite in July yet, although I swear it will come quicker than we think it will. So yes, Happy New Year, everyone. I hope you're doing well. So I'm just looking outside. I'll see whether I can get this to work. I'm not sure whether I will, but we've still got the so for Europeans, Americans, I'm not sure what this is in Fahrenheit, but we've got sub-zero temperatures still. It was yesterday -5 all day. Today I think we've reached already -2, -1, and it's meant to warm up as the day goes on. So let's see if I can just show you out from my window. If it focuses, we've still got some snow, as you can see. Although this view out this window isn't as pretty as it is out the back of the house. So this is the front of the house on the main street. At the back of the house you can see sort of more foresty trees and all that type of stuff, which you don't see here. But yes, we had a good, so in the week where I started working in Luxembourg, we had a crisis, basically, weather crisis announced, and people weren't meant to be going in. There were no buses because on Wednesday we had black ice everywhere, which of course is no fun at all. And then on Wednesday night and very early on Thursday, sort of pre-rush hour time, it snowed. And I live in a city in Germany where it's basically in a valley, so like in a valley with hills, and good luck getting out of the city when it's this type of weather. So I stayed at home as well that day and worked from home. And we received in our city 8 centimeters of snow, which is quite a lot for here. It doesn't generally snow that much. And since then it's just stayed, and it's quite nice. Although I believe overnight tonight that's all meant to change, as the weather that's currently hitting the UK, so the warmer weather, I say warmer, it's not that much warm, and the storms that are coming over are, yeah, they're hitting us as well. So we're gonna get, I think, a 10-degree temperature difference from today to tomorrow, with wind and rain and the usual. So I must admit I've quite enjoyed the frosty or snowy mornings yeah, I don't mind sub-minus temperatures. You wrap yourself up warm enough, it's okay. So I've quite enjoyed that. Yesterday I must admit I quite enjoyed sitting for about, I think it was only half an hour or so yesterday morning before I started doing things I needed to do, under a blanket in the living room, doing a bit of stitching, looking out and just seeing the hedgerow out of in our garden. We couldn't work out whether it was frost or snow because we had freezing fog yesterday as well, with all the birds, and just sitting inside with a cup of tea and stitching. It was really nice. So yes, this is what my current status is. now we're sort of post-Christmas, things are a bit quieter. We don't have the Christmas markets here as well. Yeah, we don't have Christmas markets at all, so weekends aren't as active, shall we say. It's more doing stuff around the house. So I've done a lot more stitching recently. So let's start this off, shall we? Less ramblings from me. You came here for the stitching, not to hear me talk about the weather. So how I thought I would do this video is kind of do a whip parade of all the whips I currently have, whether they're new ones for you, because I've started, I think, just one piece since we last spoke. I started a couple of other pieces, but I finished them too, so we'll come to them later. So I will go through my whip parade. I'll talk about as well what I'm currently stitching. I'll do that in the whip parade itself. And then I'll show you starts and finishes, probably more starts and finishes, let's be honest, since we last spoke. And then I'll talk about finishes that I've had, and yeah, haul and general plans. So it's just the usual type of thing, but just with way more whips, because I would kind of like to document, and this links to my plans, of what I've done this year. So, in no particular order whatsoever, and I apologise if I keep leading this way, because I've got my whips stacked up here. I will go for the first one. We have it in a nice caterpillar cross stitch. Sorry, I should talk in front of the bag today. Caterpillar cross stitch project bag. And I'm not gonna lie, I have no idea what's in these. So this is going to be as much fun for you as it is for me. And this is in fact, and I know I have shown this before, but I have not touched this at all since the last time I was on here. This is the Cotton and Twine, so subscription box, which I've done some in the past. Sorry for the crinkling, I'm just pushing the pattern out. This is the box from July 2023 that was guest designed by Faye from Little Dove Stitches. I know I haven't done any more since I last came on, but I will show you anyway so we can just record the progress. So this is the banner piece that we were doing. It's going to be beach huts, and I'll show you how it should look when it's done. So it will look very much like this. As you can see, all I had done is part of the beach huts here, the sandy bit here, and yes, the flags there. So there's still quite a lot left to do. I think I'll probably end up picking this up. I want to try and finish this, let's be honest. And I think I will get this stitched up more sort of springish time so I can have it around the house. But as you can see, it's going to be a biggish piece. And the needle minder here, if it focuses, is from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, which I don't think it will. Same problem. But yeah, no, it won't focus. But that's the needle minder from Caterpillar Cross Stitch from the sale that I did last year with them, which was the British Isle sale. So yes, that's whip number one. As you can see, I haven't done anything at all since we last touched it, since I last so I checked in with you all. But yes, whip number two. Again, I don't think I've done anything on since I last checked in with you all. It's in this gorgeous project bag that I got through Lindy Stitches when she did her. Now I'm trying to remember whether this is. I think it was Edna. I think it was Edna. This is from the 805 Stitcher. Yeah, the 805 Stitcher. It's a gorgeous bag. A little bit of a sneak preview there. And this is the Frosted Pumpkin Sow. Homecoming Sow is what it's called. Castle Homecoming. Sorry, I'm really sniffly as well, so I might end up sneezing, coughing, God knows what still. I've still got a COVID hangover, I'll call it. So yes, this is where I am. Ignore. Sorry, that isn't nice. It's very frayed, I apologise. But this is where I've got to. Oh, was there a fluff on there? Yes, so this is where I've got to. As you can see, I know that now the whole border at the top here has been stitched. I think this was, I need to work this out now, 1, 2, I think this is the 4th part that I've managed to complete. So the 4th part was Little Dragon. I hear this guy. I haven't done any more, I'll level with you, but this is starting to become more of my plans. I want to alternate between this one and this piece I'm currently stitching on, which I'll get to later. But this one I really want to try and, I was going to say catch up, but let's be honest, I'm not going to catch up. I think there's only like 2 or 3 more parts left to go. But I want to try to plod along with this, with best as I can. Yeah, we'll see. And this is also the needle minder I'm currently using. Now with it, yes, Positivity Rules, which is from Caterpillar Cross Stitch again. I do love the needle minders they use or they make. They're very, sorry, I'm just trying to fold this up now. They're very sturdy, very good in my opinion. So yes, this is another WIP that I've been working on, well, this year, last year. It's in my WIP pile, and I want to try and, I'm going to say it out loud, so I might get this to work. I want to try and get this finished this year. Not necessarily fully finished, but I want the stitching part done. So yes, that's my second WIP. My third WIP, I think I did a very little bit on this since I last spoke to you, but I'm not sure. And I know I have shown on here before. It's again from Cotton and Twine. So Historical Sampler is the parent company, and Cotton and Twine is all the subscription boxes / sister company, or however you want to call it, that they do. This is from, oh gosh, this is from February 2022. So it's been a while. And it was a Biscogne that they did, and they had 2 possible patterns. I went for one that was by Tiny Modernist that was in the box, which you can kind of see here. This is how it will look. And this is where I am. I should probably just get a bit of paper and put it behind. Bear with me. So we through. Yeah. So I finished this little fella down here, and I started on. Let's just move. Oh yeah, this needle minder is from Black Needle Society. I always like trying to say where I've got stuff from, so people can see. As you can see, I then started the body again on here, on this dude. So this guy goes this way, this guy goes this way, this guy will come down, and this guy will go across. It's more stitching than I thought it would be. I haven't picked it up, and I'll be completely honest, since I last spoke to you. But I do intend on, again, trying to get this finished, and I want to try and fully finish it this year, because I think it would be quite cute, and it's not a majorly big pattern, because I mean, okay, there's back stitching that needs to go on too, but this guy doesn't take too long. This guy didn't take too long either, so I'm hoping that we can get this done. I did notice I've personalised, we'll call it, the mushroom here, because this should be the darker colour and so on, but I'm not going to change it now. It's here, it's stitched on, so yes. That's that way. Oh, I meant to say, this is so bad of me, everything that's on from Cotton and Twine, so this piece and the first piece is normally on 16 count Ada. My piece for the Frosted Pumpkin style is Picture This Plus, but I can't remember what the name of the fabric is, and it's a 32 count Belfast linen. Okay, now moving on to my next one. This is, everyone knows this piece. This piece I am a bit annoyed with, because I think I've gone wrong somewhere. I don't know. So it kind of got banished. I won't lie, I started stitching on it again this year, and then got really annoyed that I couldn't work out where I'd gone wrong. So I banished it again. But I think I'm just going to start on another little bit somewhere else and just try and work out where I've gone wrong and do with it from that way. But this is my Mount Fuji. So this is one of my, I think this is my oldest WIP. So this is this piece. Now I love this piece. I love how it looks. I love how it is. But I know I've gone wrong somewhere up here. And as you can see, they're all very faint, light colours, which I don't think is going to focus. Classic. So I think what I'll end up doing is doing more of like the cherry blossomy bits down here, or the coloury bits. So yeah, just to give you context, it's going to be quite big. This is only like sort of the middle bit, but there's bits that will come here and bits that will come here. I'll just fold up so I don't have to hold so much fabric. So I think I might end up doing some of the coloury bits here, coloury bits here, and then fudging the top bit somehow, because let's be honest, it doesn't matter. And I also need to learn how to bead, because as you can see, there's all these areas here which haven't been stitched on. Oh, so now you focus. These bits here that haven't been stitched on, and this is where beads are going to come into effect. So I've got a hole in this also handy bag from Caterpillar. I've got a whole load of beads ready to stitch into there, but I think I'll do that at the end. One thing I do like about this piece, I can just hold it up here because there's a bit of a glare, but is that there's not a lot of back stitching. If there is, it's only like a little bit, which is very nice. I'm trying to improve my back stitching game and doing more stuff that is, so I'm looking to see what's next. I'm trying to improve my back stitching game and doing more pieces that have this, but I don't know, we'll see. I have a whole piece that's a London piece from Bothy or Bothy, I don't know how you pronounce it. I've seen different floss tubers saying it different ways. Yes, so I've got a whole, what was it? Yes, London. I've got a whole piece of Bothy by London. No, Bothy by London? London by Bothy threads. I don't know whether it's by Bothy themselves or whether it's a designer, I can't remember. Which I bought back in 2020, I think, so it's quite a while, and I haven't touched it at all. Because there's a lot of outline, a lot of the stitching in it is sort of back stitching or long stitching, and I must admit I didn't really want to do it at the time, and I just haven't done it since. And of course now on the camera, there we go. So maybe that's something to try and get done. I mean, I say this now in January, and then the year will happen. But yes. Anyway, less rambles, more whips. The next whip I have is, it will be new for you. It's from Forbidden Fibre Co. It was a mystery, I think they call it mystery box. You might have seen, or if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen this. It was after Advent for 12 Days of Christmas. Leanne last year, no, I can't say last year, no, can I? In 2022 did 12 Days of the Resistance. So it's Star Wars themed. I love Star Wars. I've mentioned it before on this channel and I'll say it again. I love Star Wars, everything Star Wars related. So I bought that, and I'll be honest, I haven't even touched it. I've put it all in the bag ready to go, and I put all the envelopes as and when, but yes. But this year she did, or last year, depending on how you want to look at it, 12 Days of the Empire, so like a companion piece, so to speak. Which I must admit, again, I loved. I didn't get time to do it really over the 12 days of Christmas because it was a bit busy, as it always seems to be at this weird time of year. So, and I was doing other things that I'll get to later. So I started this, I think, maybe it was during the 12 days of Christmas, but I didn't get very far. So to give you all a bit of context, you get a box from Leanne, so for all Forbidden Fibre Co, with specially hand-dyed threads, so 12 in total. And every day you open a thread, so it came in a little, I'll see what I've got one here. Yeah, I do. It came in a little envelope like this that said 4, so on the 4th day of Christmas you opened this, which had, I'll just do it now, it's not I don't think it's going to come up best on the screen, but you got a bit of information about the colour of the thread or the colourway, and then you got the threads themselves. Now this one, oh it did focus, is a whitish colour. Some of them are more vibrant, some of them are less vibrant, and you also opened up a piece of a pattern. You also got given, I love this, a hand-dyed bag, and obviously with Darth Vader on. People don't know who that is. Really him. I joke, I know it's not everyone's jam. And then you also got the fabric. So I'm just rearranging this temporal. There we go. You got the fabric, which this is only half of it. It goes down more, but I've just pinned it up. And then how I'm doing this, I've seen everyone doing it differently. What I'm thinking of doing is stitching all the motifs sort of together, and then doing the 12 Days of the Resistance in the same fashion, and then framing them and then putting them literally on the wall behind where my screen is now. So it's quite nice that way. So yeah, this is what I've done so far. I've done quite well. So we've got the Empire symbol, we have the Sith in the middle here, we have a TIE fighter, and at the bottom here we have the very start of Darth Vader. I didn't get very far with this. These are all, so essentially the first day you open up the first colour, the second day you use the colour that maybe you've had the day before or days before that, obviously further down, and then we've added to it with a colour. So this is just 2 colourways, it's just a good variegation here. And then the TIE Fighter, you see another colour coming in. So the logic being that the pattern pieces or the little patterns you get use either the colour of the day, or they will use the colour of the day that you've had, and one or more other colours from previous days, which I think is quite nice. I love that these are so small and so diddy and so cute because you can stitch them up quite quickly. I think I won't show you because obviously all the patterns are here and I don't want to give them away because you'll see them. But yeah, I think I can show you that. So this is like the first one. This isn't the pattern per se, the pattern's on the side, but you can see the rough size of the pieces. So they're not very, very big, and you can get them done quite quickly. So just give you an idea then of how a later day looks. This is just day 3, so this is the TIE Fighter, if this opens. You can see that it's used the 3 days from previous, which I quite like. And the fabric is also 32 count Belfast linen, so I think you might know by now I quite like that. And it came with a really cute needle minder too, which, yeah. So yes, that's been a start that I started in January. I think what I'm going to do is break up the year with bigger pieces by stitching on that every so often, just so because although yes, I would say that that's potentially 3 finishes, for me how I want to do it, it's kind of just partly finished. If I was doing each individual piece as an individual piece, so to speak, so each individual component as a piece, I think yes, I would say that's 3 finishes. But because I want to try and do all 12 together on one, it's kind of finished for now. So FFN, finished for now, I guess. I think that's the, sorry, I'm reading again. Okay. So the next piece I have is also from Forbidden Fibre Co. It was also a mystery box, and it was a sow, and it was the Whodunit one, the Whodunit, which was a Halloween one, and it was, and obviously this is where I have to say, this is Cluedo for me, because I'm British, but obviously I realised that Americans call it Clue. It's basically the same game. So it came in a box with mystery pieces revealed. I haven't finished it. I'm not as far. I didn't actually know. I'm looking at this. I did better. Oh no, hold on. I've just dropped the magnet. Oh, I'll pick it up after this. I'll pick it up after this. I did better than I thought I had actually. So this is where I am. I don't have I don't have any of the threads up here either. But basically you would get a colour a day. So I can't even remember what the first colour was, but I think it was this one. I think it was the main house colour. And then you got different colours as the time went on. And we were also trying to guess who had done it. So in each of the colours, or in each of maybe the items in the mystery box, it said this is a clue. This is a clue. So you knew, it was like playing Cluedo or Clue. And we had to try and work out who it was. And actually I have done way more than I thought I had on this. So maybe this is something I can also get finished this year. I think I'm working on, yes, so this colour is the current colour I'm working on. This purple down the bottom, which, there we go, is Professor Plum. So we have Miss Scarlet, or Lady Scarlet, however you want to call it, Mrs. Scarlet. I don't know what she's called these days. Colonel Mustard here, which is the yellowy colour. And then all the other colours are sort of themed around the Clue and Cluedo. I still need to finish a couple of the dies down here. But yes, it was a bit of a pain with the counting on the linen, I won't lie, with the half stitches being a mystery sow, which is why I kind of did this. If you saw my Instagram, I kind of did it how it was meant to be done, but not fully. So yes, this is a piece. Sorry, I'm just so surprised I got as far as I did. I didn't think I had done that well. Yeah, the rope is also very personalised. It's not the way it's meant to be, but who cares? It's my piece. There'll be a new piece that looks like it. So yes, 2 more play figures to come here, which I think will be Reverend Green and what other colour am I missing? Mrs. Peacock. Yes. So I'm hoping there's obviously going to be way more detailing coming on the dice here. There's stuff to come in here. The weapons need finishing. The motifs down the bottom need finishing. So all of these motifs, whether you see the yellow, they need finishing. I think this bit's finished, but there's other bits to be done on, say, these little bits here. And these die at the top have more detail to come in. So yes, it's a big piece still, but I'm just very surprised I have done more than I thought I had. I started that in October. I think it started on the 1st of October, and I think it was around that time I then started working on smaller things that I wanted to get done for Christmas, which I'll get to in my finishes. So yes, that's that cell. Sorry, my piece is now getting further and further away. Yes, next piece is again from Cotton and Twine. This is, oh god, this is getting even older. This is from September 2021. Now I can't remember how far I'd gotten when I showed you last, but I think I've done more than when I last showed you. So this is autumn. So they've got all these seasonal pieces. I've done winter, I've done spring, I've got summer still downstairs, and obviously autumn. And now I remember, I think I showed you this last time. I think I announced last time too that by next time you see me, I will have this finished because it's autumn. It didn't happen. Although I think I managed to do a lot more. I think I managed to get all of this bit done up here and some of the red leaves done up here. It will look, bear with me, I'm just picking up the pattern. It will look like this when it's done. So it will be really nice. And I've got the frame and everything, so I should have mentioned this earlier too, for people who are interested and maybe haven't heard of this beautiful box. It's a monthly subscription. You can cancel any time, so it's very good and it's very flexible. But one thing I love about this in comparison to other subscription boxes is that you get all the bits to fully finish, so FFO something. So for this one, you got the frame, and I think you got, no, you didn't get tape for this one. But you always get the components to finish something off, so you can display it easily around your house. You also always get, I'm just going to show here, excuse the mess, they're really messy, but you get all the threads you need, combined with the name and obviously the symbol for the pattern, but you also get the number of the DMC, which is quite nice. And you get, I won't show you, but you get a massive A3 colour, A3 either colour or black and white. You get both, so you can decide which pattern you want to use. So I would say that these are quite nice. I love the designs they do. I just had to stop, unfortunately, because I was getting more than I could stitch and it was getting insane. But I do get the odd ones from time to time just because I quite like the odd pattern. I know this month, if you subscribe, it's a pattern by Emma Cogden, so Stitch Rovia, and it looks very nice. So maybe go and check it out if you have some money after payday. Yes. So I'm just leaning across and getting some more things as I go, so I don't have to lean across as much. Yeah, this one I don't think I haven't stitched on in years. But I want to try and get it done because it's one of those pieces that's been sat here for a while. It's from the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. It's the Christmas Celebration sampler, so I don't have the finished piece here at all printed off. This is how far I got. This is halfway across. So this is all the first half, and then I'll come again this way and then do the same type of thing. And I think this is also roughly half. I think from memory, the little snowman, so this little guy here, and the reindeer get repeated down here, but as you can see, I've only done the top bit. One thing I like actually in this natural light, I don't think it's picking it up on camera, but the thread you use for this, it isn't white. It's a variegated, yeah, it's not picking up, but it's got pinks and very pale blues in. And actually, in this light right now, where I'm sat, it looks very good. This fabric is by Pictures Plus, I think. It's called Gingerbread. I quite like how Christmassy it looks. And there's quite a few colours. And yes, so I would ideally, so basically it's, if you haven't seen this online, I think it's an older pattern of theirs, but it's basically a little square with 9 little, yeah, it's a little square with a board like this, so essentially this repeated, another, well, all the way around the square, and then inside you have little motifs. I think it's 9 to sort of to spell out Christmas, I think. Let me just have a look at the pattern, but I can't show you it obviously, unfortunately. Bear with me, please. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. With each having a letter from Christmas, so C-H, blah, 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 and then a little scene that's kind of Christmassy, which I thought was quite cute. But as you can see, I know when I last stitched this, and it was in 2020. It was Christmas 2020. I stitched this last, I think. Yes, it was Christmas 2020 or 21. But it was around that time. Again, I want to try and get some more stitches in this, so we'll see. We'll see. My next piece, I know I haven't touched in ages. It was from the Stitching Social from Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and I don't even remember when this one was. I want to say it was nearly a year ago now, because I think it must have been March. My hair's also gone crazy today. I think it must have been March. And this was when Sally was doing for the socials the themes of shops. This time I think it's mountains or countryside or landscape, so I think it's a mountain one for the upcoming one. But yes, this was a piece of cake, so it's a bakery, and this is basically all I've done. So it's not even the roof. I'm just looking. I thought this was the roof. It's not. Again, I don't have a finished picture with me, unfortunately. But this is part of the window. You've still then got the roof to come across here. Sorry, the roof to come across here. But one thing I do love is this cute little fella. Again, I told you like this. It's the Stitching Social Needle Minder. Yeah, I really haven't gone very far because there's a whole lot of other things to come in this. Again, I don't know whether I'll get this one touched as much, but I quite like these patterns for just block stitching. I don't really want to do much after work. It's kind of nice just to do blocks of colour. I'll get those stitched. Sorry. Also, excuse the mess behind me. It's not ideal. My next piece is, we're getting there. This is the second to last one. Penultimate. I don't have that many whips, I should add. They stress me out if I have too many. My next whip, I'm just going to do a stitch so I can hide the thread. Is from the Stitching Social that I did with Caterpillar last year. I did 2 in total. And it's, I can't remember what it's called now. Little Flowers, I think, is what it was called. And this is where I am now. I just need to cross our way through the whole stitch through. No, okay, let's just put a bag behind it. There we go. Now this was a piece I hadn't really done that. I did a fair bit on during, I would say, around the time of the social, so summertime. And then I kind of put it to one side. And it must have been the start of January. I just wanted to do something different. I wanted to just not concentrate on so much stuff. So I picked this up, and I think in one afternoon I did all the white on the roof here, which you can see. And then I just started doing the green. Because the green I think is more easy, especially like the middle sections, because you're literally just filling in. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do when I next stitch on this, which is going to be a little while, because I won't lie, I think this is going to go back in its project bag, which is downstairs. I think I'm going to finish off all the, I'm going to call it the fluffy stuff. So all the flowering detail here, any of the details down here, the plant detail here, and the detailing in the flowers here. And then everything else is basically just filling in blocks of colour. So all on the side, behind the flower, the word flowers, is all one colour. There's a lot of block colouring in the door, and then there's some block colouring in here. And then I think that's what is that then done. So I think, and that's how I'll go forward. Although I say this, I don't know when I'll next stitch on it. I think it will be a while because I have plans. I do love also this little fella here. Isn't he adorable? Again from Caterpillar. It's the corky needleminder, I think, to die for. So yes. And then my last piece, and excuse me, I need to take this off the frame because I've got my Q-snap. This piece, I know I've shown it before, and I've got a lot more progress on it, which I'm so happy by. It's my wedding sampler. It's the Birds to the Bows by, sorry, I'm just trying to get the last, there we go, bit the snap off. It's Birds to the Bows by Lindy Stitches, and let me just take the needle minder off too good needle minder, the magnet's stuck. There we go. Now, I don't remember where I was last time, but this is where I am now. As you can see, I've done a third of it now, easily, as in like fully done for a third. Because I think I mentioned this last time, how I was going to do it was break up, sorry, hold it straight, was break up the pattern into the pages, so there's 6 pages in total, and trying to stitch the pages as I go, because how I had done it is I started in the middle, so essentially with the branches and this middle motif and the flamingos, I need to call them penguins, the flamingos, but I didn't, yeah, I then worked out towards this bird here, so I think it's the queen, I think the king comes in here. And then I kind of thought, oh, I should do the border. And then I thought, oh, you know what I'll do? I'll stitch the border down the bottom here, and I'll do the swirly bits. And then I thought, actually, if you break this bit and this bit, it's not too bad. So I've been doing generally this, like doing a bit. The next bit I'm going to do, because it's kind of cheating, is the bottom third, so the middle third, because it's basically three bits on top, 3 bits on the bottom. Let me just put this now so it's a bit more bearable. So I will finish next up this little section, so basically from here down until here-ish is the third. So I wasn't, basically you can see on the bottom where the bit ended, but I kind of just didn't want to leave that swirl, so I've done the whole swirls as I've gone. So you have 2 little crowns to go here, so here, which is back stitching. I need to just do a little bit of wording here, same idea with the border, and then do the same flower detail as here, but here. I'm trying to work out if I do it on this one as well while I'm at it, or whether I really try to stick to the breakup that I've done. To be honest, I think I will just stick to the breakup because I've just looked at the top again. As you can see exactly where the line ended. It was literally just here. But obviously I did the flower here, but I didn't do the one here. So I think at the bottom I would just do the detailing on the one bit and not the second bit. So yeah, but I'm really pleased with how this is looking. So yeah, it's looking very good and I cannot wait. I mean, it's going to be quite a big piece, but I'm really looking forward to getting this finished and framed, because this is something I really want to finish this year. And I think I'm really going to try and push myself. So this is what Birds of the Boughs is what I've been stitching on quite monotonously actually for the last couple of weeks. All I've done is this. And as you can see, I think the progress is really, it's starting to show now. Now the borders are coming in. So I'm hoping by the summer maybe, or definitely by October, I would like this done. I've said it, whether this happens is another matter because we all know things happen. So yes, that is all the whips I've got that I've been working on. I will show you some finishes from things that I have started and finished since we last checked in. Some of them are really not topical at all, but I don't care, I wanted to show you. The first one of these is the Cotton and Twine October 2023 box, and I even fully finished this. So this was this bad boy. I don't have the easel with me. It also came with a cute little easel that you can stand on, but this, I was so happy with it. It stitched up so quickly, and as I said earlier, because it's Cotton and Twine, you've got everything you needed. So I'm showing you the back too. You've got the cardboard board here, you've got the beautiful backing fabric, this beautiful gingham, which I loved, and you got the little easel. I mean, this was such a quick, easy stitch, and I actually like how it's looking on the camera. So yes, I had that displaying. I'm not really a Halloweeny person, but I quite like cute Halloween, so that was fine. My second start and finish, and it's not FFO'd fully FFO'd, but it's kind of FFO'd, which you'll see. It was, and I don't remember when this is from exactly, but it's a Caterpillar cross stitch subscription box, and I want to say it was from 2022, I think. No, it was 2023. I lie, 2023. At Season's Greetings, and it was with collaboration with Emma Cogden, so Stitch Rovio again. And it's this beautiful hoop that says Season's Greetings. Again, it's stitched up so much quicker than I thought it would. I think that's the joy of not having to change colour very much, not doing too much fiddly stuff. But what I mean by it's not fully finished yet, if I then just let go of the back, I've just put it in the frame and just tucked the fabric behind, like this. So I need to finish it properly. I just didn't get time before Christmas, and I really wanted it up on the bookcase for Christmas. But what really took my time was the Forbidden Fibre Coat Advent Box. Now, I know I sing a lot of Leanne's praises and I really talk about Forbidden Fibre Coat, but this box, and I'm not exaggerating, is potentially my favourite cross-stitching mystery box, Sal, whatever, ever. My favourite. I loved it. So you really got 25 packages? No, it was one. So basically every day you open something, whether it was threads in a pattern or piece of a pattern, or whether it was like a little gift, but you open something every day. And what Leanne had done is make everything, so the theme was this year, A Christmas Carol. Now I love this, I'm not just saying this because, but for me A Christmas Carol is a Christmas tradition. Me and my family always have watched, as long as I can remember, I'm sure that we're not the only people, / I know we're not the only people, the Muppets version of Christmas Carol, which, okay, people who might not know the story, might not know the Charles Dickens story, would say, oh, but that's just the Muppets. It's so close, it's the best adaptation of it I have ever seen. It is literally, bits of the script are lifted word for word from the novel by Dickens. And I think that's why I love it so much, because it is such a true adaptation, and it just belongs to Christmas. And I think the story of Christmas Carol as well is something, especially these days, with the big corporate, I say this working for this type of company, but with big corporate environment we live in, this very consumeristic approach to life, that you kind of should just take a step back and really think about what the meaning is. But there we go, I'll get off my high horse. But yes, so this was one of the things we opened actually one of the days, I think it was the project pack. But so the first day, and this by the way is a fully finished object. No, it's FFN, so finished for now. It's a finish, but it's not fully finished. We got it on this, and I'm trying to hold the fabric up in a way that you can't see anything I've stitched. So we got this beautiful coloured fabric. There we go. That was called Counting House, and that's not coming out anywhere near as true to the colour. It's a lot more orangey, a lot more goldy. Called Counting House. And then every other day, so on an even number, there we go, even date, we got a bit of a pattern and the colour, and we could stitch. Now, I must admit, I fell really far behind with this because I got COVID, which is why I'm very grateful to Leanne for then doing things that are smaller sections or smaller numbers of stitches. So some days you had like nearly 600 stitches, and other days I think it was like 30. Which, it was such a good balance of being able to, okay, I'm a bit behind, and then catch up, or as I did finish after Christmas, no shame. But this is how this looks, and I'm just gonna try and hold it. Oh, the borders, I'm holding it the wrong. I'm so out of practice with this that I need to get a bit better organised. Okay, so this is essentially how it looks. And it's a line from the Christmas Carol that says, I will honour Christmas in my heart and try to keep it throughout the year. And then of course you have Scrooge here. So we started again with the grey bordery bit and the odd bits on Scrooge, which was kind of a bit like, okay, what's coming on? And then as the days went on, you saw more of a person appear here. You saw the lamppost, which I must admit, I'm so proud of how this looks, because this is variegation. This is all just one thread, and I wasn't sure how it would look. And actually, it kind of looks like there's a light on, right? Now, this piece is very personalised in places. I don't care. Scrooge's hair isn't quite right. Don't care. This top bit of the border, this bit, too high. I think you guessed it. I don't care. But I really want to try and get this in a frame or something for this Christmas, so I can put it on my bookcase, because I just love how it looks. I think it looks really nice. So yes, this piece I'm very happy with. It's one of my favourites. Oh, with the light you can see the way I've carried the stitches over. Yeah, so I couldn't be bothered to carry it to individually pin stitch, and I hoped it wouldn't show, and it only shows, I noticed when I held it up with the light behind it. So I'll take that. So yes, this piece will need ironing and framing somehow at some point. So yeah, I'm hoping that at some point soon we can get, I can get a massive proper finishing session going on, but we'll see. So yes, that's everything for my, sorry, I'm going to test it again, my last bit. So that's everything for my finishes so far. I don't think anything was finished this year. I think everything from this from last year. So I haven't had a finish yet this year. I've had part finishes or section finishes, which I'm taking. But yes. So my last thing I want to talk about is, well, before I go on to plans, is just to mention some haul I've had, so some shopping. I'm sorry, I really should have unpacked this before, so it's going to make a bit of noise. I, last year, saw that Cottage Garden Threads were doing a fundraising for Pam. Now, Cottage Garden Threads, I've heard about from many a FlossTuber. Sorry, I'm just unpacking certain bits because I was really unorganised. I essentially had to come in here, kick my husband out, and he's now baking muffins downstairs, so I'm trying to be as accommodating as possible. So I'm literally just taking out the pieces I want to show you. But they were doing a fundraiser for Pam, because Pam, I think it was cancer, she was ill, and they needed to raise some monies. Sorry, there's a lot of things in here I want to talk about. So yes, they did a fundraiser, and I signed up for the whole kit, the whole fundraiser. So essentially it was a load of designers had gotten together, and based on, and it's some colourways, and I haven't even taken them off the thing yet, but there was all these different colourways that were dyed especially for this. And I've seen these quite a lot on Michelle Bendy, so Michelle Bendy Stitches. On her on her FlossTube. What am I talking about? On her FlossTube. Sorry, I'm trying to do something with my less dominant hand, and it's obviously not working. So they did a fundraiser. You could just donate. You could buy the threads. You could buy the threads and the patterns, etc., etc. And I have just made a right mess of this. Right, here we go. Let's try. And these are the threads that we got. So yeah, these ones you can't fully see, but these are the threads. Part 1. There we go. Oh, that's looking really good. That's part 1. And then if I do part 2, but it's essentially a mother and daughter company in Australia, and they needed help. Obviously, this is what I love about the cross stitching community. So yeah, people jumped together and got on board with this box, myself included. Sorry, I just love this colour. This Hugs and Kisses is such a gorgeous variegation. I'm so excited to use it. And obviously, like anything else, a lot of the designers heard about this, so a lot of people heard about it and wanted to do something to help. We all wanted to buy the kits, so this is what I've done. And now I'm looking forward so much to stitching some of these. So all the patterns I'm about to show you are there was more patterns in the box. I think these are my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 I really, really want to do, and the rest I will try and do. So there's some embroidery in there, which I'm really excited about because I've done some embroidery in the past, but I want to finish. I meant to get them out, the embroidery piece that I've got on the go, and I've got another black work piece on the go. I didn't bring them into this because I stole somewhere else, but I want to finish those before I do anything that's embroidery related. But I've got more embroidery patterns here, slash some different cross stitch ones. But these are, and I will just show you the pictures from the front. Obviously I can't show you patterns. The first one is Bathtub of Blooms by Fox and Rabbit Designs. Now I think this is really cute. A nice little bathtub with some flowers and stuff. I think that's a cute little stitch. It's stitched on 36 count. It's not that big, I don't think. I'm trying to see how big it is. Yeah, it's 88 by 84 high stitches, so it's okay, it's not too big. So that's one of the ones I want to do. There's a really cute little one by Darling and Wintry Designs. It's almost like a little Quaker. It reminds me very much of the quirky Quaker ones, but I think this looks really cute. I think that will stitch up very nicely. And it says at the top too as well, stitch for a friend, my heart and my hand. I think that's gorgeous. So I'm really tempted to do that one. Next one is Pixel Pixie, Wild at Heart, and these are all, it's all got heart related because it's Hearts for Ham, so Hearts for Pam, sorry, showing an outpouring of love for this woman, and so everything has some sort of theme to the heart, so hearts for Pam. I think it looks so cool, and I must admit I have been following Pixel Pixie for a while, so I really want to. I mean, this one's quite small, but I think it's quite a lot of detailing. If you look, if it focuses again, it won't, will it? No. My next one is by Bendy Stitchy. That I want to try and do. I think this looks really cool too. It's got Ace of Swords. I think that looks so cool. Next one is one of my favourite designers. I haven't done anything by her yet, but I've got a couple of her stuff in my stash. It's it's from the Blue Flower. So Janine. I think this looks so cool, no? With all the cute little animals and making that into a nice cute little cushion. It's a bit bigger. It's 101 by 80 high, but this has also been stitched. I see the model, so what's on the cushion on here, has been stitched on a 40 count. And then last but not least, and this is, as you all know, my favourite designer, and I'm so glad Steph joined in on this. It's Steph from Lindy Stitches with the Queen of Thread. Now, I'm sorry, is this not so cute? And she's done it on a really, I'm trying to think what she's done it on. She's done it on a Sliger mini white Edinburgh linen, 36 count with some dots. I'm pretty sure you could do it on anything really, but I quite like the fact that it'll come on focus again. So yeah, it won't focus, but I'm fine with that. So I'm thinking this will be something else I start soon. So yes, that's my haul. I'm trying not to buy as much, so which leads me on to my next section, which is plans. And this video, we're only at 50 minutes, so 50. I'm quite happy with that. I'll take it. It's been a bit of a longer one than I normally do, but hey. So I think my plans for the next. I'm trying to make. I say this every time. I try to make it more regular. I think I will try and do every month, every 2 months. It depends on life, I guess, and how much stitching I get. But I really want to try and make more of a conscious effort to do more social media. So my Instagram channel, which if you don't follow me, especially if you have Instagram and you want to come and check me out, it's @SewingKasam. So basically the same as this. I will put everything down below later, along with everything I've mentioned. So designers, places where I bought things, suppliers, that type of thing. Everything we've mentioned below, so you can find people easily. So yes, my plans. I want to, as I said, do more of this type of thing. I want to really try and do more of my stuff listen to whips. I want to try and really reduce or make progress with the whips I have. I've told myself, I can't start anything until I've finished something, which the rate I'm going is going to be Birds of the Boughs. I've finished first, but I also want to try and finish or get further with the Homecoming Sound. So I think I want to try and do a part a month or a part every 2 months, because it's quite a lot of stitching for me. I don't get as much time these days as I did during lockdown, / when I was working in a different location. I've got longer ways to go now for work-wise, so I stopped playing with the needle minder. And yeah, I've decided, I started last year to do whip go, and that just didn't go so well for me because I felt I was too restricted. So I did whip go, but then I just decided I didn't want to stitch on what I put down on my board in the end, and I wanted to do something else, which is fine. You don't have to have, you don't have to stick to the direct plans, so yes. So my plan, I think, for this year is very much the same as last year, stitch what I want, when I want, but don't get myself burdened down by doing certain things, but just try and make progress with stuff and not to overwhelm myself too much with stuff. So yes, I'm trying not to buy too much stuff either, because I notice I've got so much in my cupboard downstairs that I really need to do, start, finish, etc. I think what I'm going to do too is make a scrapbook of pieces. So there are obviously pieces that I don't want to put up on display, or I don't know what I would do. I don't want, I mean I would like, but for other people who live in this house, I don't want every corner to have cross stitch in it necessarily, but I don't also have the storage space to store like framed pieces, etc, etc. So I'm thinking of doing a scrapbook of pieces and then put them in the scrapbook, but obviously I need to work out, sorry, my hair's really irritating me, but obviously I need to work out the best way of doing this. So if any of you have done a scrapbook, have got a scrapbook of how you've done cross stitch, feel free to let me know. how you've done it. Share your pearls of wisdom. I'm happy to learn because I'm very much at the beginning phases of this. So yes, I think that's it. Now I'm going to go downstairs, make a cup of tea, and crack on with some more stitching. So yes, it was lovely seeing you all. Stay safe, and hopefully it won't be too long before I see you next time. Thank you everyone. Bye.